Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Crow. Ah, ah, ah. Right now, I'm only speaking to those who are going to be hearing it later on YouTube because right now I have zero view. Oh, well, we got William Hunter in the room and William Freeman all coming in all of a sudden
Yo,
as soon as I go live.
yep, we're chomping at the bit.
So welcome to the Morning Crow. That's it.
Got my coffee.
Got your coffee? I got William and William in the room.
You can call me Bill if it makes it less confusing.
Yeah,
I'm
you
fine
can
with
never call me Bill, so that does make it less confusing.
Okay,
Alrighty.
that'll work.
How you guys doing today?
Not bad, not bad.
Fair to Midland.
What's that, William?
I said fair to Midland.
Fair to Midland.
It's a southern thing. It means
Southern term?
Yeah. It means so. I'm all right.
Okay. Hopefully better than yesterday.
Yeah. Hadn't been in any arguments this morning. I'm good.
We're getting off to a little bit of a slow start. I was hoping to see you guys before we went live, but that's okay.
The thing said 8:30. It's 7
What's
minutes
that?
after. It said the invite said 8:30, or it was scheduled for 8:30. I didn't know that we needed to come earlier.
Oh no,
Sorry.
I was just something we've been doing, I guess. Just to
I've
Yeah,
got to
get
get my kids off
shit
to
out of the
school
way
in the
before you go
morning, so
live. I'm
it's a
sorry,
little hard.
Bill.
It's a little hard to get here too early because I generally have to get my kids off to school.
And they're always like clinging to the door frame. You're having to kick them out the door. I know how that is.
Exactly.
Throw a Pop-Tart out there when they chase it. You run out and close the door.
Exactly.
Well, I got some interesting news items.
All right.
Cool.
All right. And we didn't have a Morning Crow yesterday. Little backlogged, but let me get a link for you. I don't know if anybody saw this report that
Each key separately mic'd for your convenience.
oh, I can't believe you didn't hear that. It seems the Islamic State is minting their own coins.
Nice.
Competition is good. Competition.
Bitcoin.
Not even a Bitcoin. It's a
Real live. Coin.
real live. Yeah. Here, I'll screen share. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's,
Present.
you have it?
Yeah.
When somebody talks, it goes away.
Oh, okay. Let me.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty shiny coin. I like
Isn't
it.
that pretty coin?
I like that coin.
I wonder what that egg is. The egg with a hole in it is floating over the world.
That's Allah. Okay. He's just
Okay.
chilling. He's just chilling up there.
Right? The eye of Allah.
Maybe. Could
Yeah.
be. The egg of Allah could be the egg of Allah. Magic egg. I don't know. Could be.
I have no idea what that is.
Maybe it's just some guy like was messing around with the plate, the minted plate. He's like, what if I just write Omar on here, and he got the O. It got busted.
Omar, what's you putting your O on there again? God damn it!
Why do you do that? Got too many already out. Let's just leave it.
It's always about you, Omar. It's always about you.
Akma Oba. Akma Oba.
Mother, I am famous. I am famous.
I am on the coin.
Get
The coin of the realm.
that out. Well, anyway, these pictures were posted on, it says social media, showed a series of gold sovereigns bearing ISIL inscriptions and a reported value of one gold dinar being $139.
Hmm.
That's about a tenth of an ounce, I would say, right now, given gold prices. But the anti-ISIL activist by the name of Abu Ibrahim Raqawi, who lives in the ISIL-controlled city of Raqqa in Syria, posted photographs of the coins on his Twitter account, saying they were coming into circulation.
All 30 of them. Ran out of gold.
Well, apparently, it's not just gold. They're minting. Actually, it goes the article further says that there's going to be 7 minted coins.
You better
2
collect
gold.
them. Collect them now. They'll be worth something.
Get them now.
They'll be worth
remember-
much more later.
Put them in your coin collection.
Oh yeah, this is historical stuff. The terrorist organization that has minted its own money. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's got to be worth something.
Yeah.
At least
it shouldn't have.
it's got some value, right?
Shouldn't there like a motto, and you know, it's not in Allah we trust. It's probably something like Sharia law, get it here, or something like that on the money. That would be cool. Get it. Hey, Michael Land is here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If I had an Islamic coin for every time Michael Land popped into a hangout and said that,
You'd have 7 coins.
I'd have a couple of coins that were really worth nothing today.
Well, sitting in my car, we've been without power for 48 hours or 24 hours already.
Oh,
That's
what
sucks.
happened? Wow.
Well, we had a bad storm came through,
Mm.
so I'm charging my cell phone.
Alrighty.
wow! And you chose to come to a Google Hangout in the middle of all that. That's awesome because there was nothing else to do, right?
There's nothing else to do.
That's
I'm
dedication. That's dedication.
Lunatic.
She's got to go get some more gas so she can keep talking.
Yep.
On Google.
Got gas. I got a cup of coffee.
Air conditioner blowing. Yeah, all the comforts of home except for not as comfortable.
Actually, well, where I'm at in PA, it's for a summer morning, on the chilly side, I would say.
It's beautiful now. It's about 70, sunny,
Yeah.
just blue skies. You'd never know.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Now we're on the weather.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, no, I mean, I find this. Michael and we're talking about how ISIL is minting their own coins. Apparently, they have some out already. They're going to mint 7 minted coins. There's going to be 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 copper. And they're doing this as, quote, to emancipate itself from the satanic global economic system.
I like that.
Mm.
Well, they're smart, but I wonder how successful they'll be.
That is the question. Do you guys remember when they were selling those paper dinars years ago? When we had everything going on in Iraq, and they
No.
That Gaddafi?
you don't remember that one? They got rid of the dinar that had Saddam's face on it. They changed the currency, and they were
Yep.
selling them online and stuff, saying, "Oh, it's going to explode, and it could be worth lots of money."
Nope. I have zero recollection of it.
Oh, you really? Okay. All right.
I don't know how I missed it though.
All right. It happened around, I think it was probably around 2007. Around there.
Oh, okay.
That's what got
But
him killed.
anyway, I mean, here at least they're making they're minting their money that's made out of something that has value, right? Gold and silver. It's kind of interesting.
Isn't that what got him killed?
Yep. Yep.
It'll be
Actually.
using of your own money. So we funded ISIS. Now they're making their own money. You know, what are we to do to ourselves?
Maybe we should actually make our own money and you know, do something in competition with it. You know, something intrinsic.
But that's Bitcoin, right?
You broken up. What happened?
I said that would be Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, well,
There's a little product placement for Bitcoin.
I think William was trying to be a little bit facetious, though, right?
What do you mean?
That we should make our own money and try to compete.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was doing.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would never suggest anything that would lead to a revolution. No,
No,
Not
not
myself.
you. Yeah, I know.
Over the vapid news stories straight through the week, and not one person wants to talk about the drugs this kid was on. Can someone help me with this?
darling, I already tried to help the world with this, and I've been confined to the conspiracy theory corner, and so I don't even have any credibility right now.
Are you wearing the hat?
No, I took it off, man. It got in the way of my tinfoil.
Oh, brother. Seriously. Excuse me. I'm glad I don't watch TV anymore. I'm sure I would have had to pull my eyeballs out.
Speaking of guns, did you hear what happened in? Well, okay, I'll give you the news story. A 90-year-old man down in Florida was in a post office. I guess he was not liking the service, and he pulls a gun out on the clerk.
That's rude.
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not. I will get the. We'll pull up. I will screen share. We'll get.
My friend here, Smith and Wesson, says you should move a little faster.
Pardon me.
If I have to tell someone else no mayonnaise one more motherfucking time.
Exactly.
I want breakfast. Who wants to eat a burger at 11 o'clock in the morning?
Chill out, honey bunny. Chill out, honey bunny. I'm sorry, that's a Pulp Fiction reference. I know it's old.
Dissatisfied customer, 90, pulls a gun on post office clerk. I'm going to blow your head off. Make my day. Sell me my stamps.
Give me my stamps now. Punk.
Where'd you go? Come back here.
Yeah, 90-year-old man, H.B. Shea, the accused. I love the non-agenarian. I actually had to go look that up. I'm like, okay, it's any person between 90 and 99 years old is considered a non-agenarian. What hit the make was arrested outside a post office in Boca Raton
Oh, brother.
by Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office deputies who seized his weapon. Shea lives in a nearby condominium development.
Do we know what nationality he is, just out of curiosity?
And are we sure he's not just like a 35-year-old meth head? Because they look just like that.
Yeah.
That's true. He looks kind of like he looks like Tyler from what's his name from Aerosmith. Steve Tyler.
Same age.
He's got a little mark on his head there.
Yeah.
Well, he
maybe the cops roughed
resisted
him up.
arrest. We had to beat him down.
Uh-huh.
These new nightsticks had to take the shine off of him.
He looked pretty spry for a 90-year-old, so we had to give him a beat down.
He was resisting. You wouldn't believe it.
So are we to think that this guy's like concealed carry and just shit went wrong when he got there, or how did this go down?
You know what? This story is very short. Yeah, it's just.
He said he pulled his piece, so he pulled it out, maybe waved it around.
He doesn't look 90. At least not from here. Looks like a bad 75.
Bad morning.
It could be said that the same guy, if he, hadn't had his gun on him that morning, may have attacked someone with a butter packet. You don't know. He's probably just senile.
So yeah, we don't have any details to the story.
Yeah, it's be nice to know what what his issue was.
Yeah.
Slow service, or the price of stamps went up a cent.
How did they say they resolved
That's
the
his
issue? Walked up and took his gun and said, "You know what? Let's think about this, sir." How did it end? He was just arrested. No big deal.
Transported to a local hospital for medical evaluation before being booked into the county jail. He's been charged with aggravated assault and a pair of weapons counts.
Is he on any SRIs?
I mean, it doesn't have all of that.
Doesn't started or anything. He might be, federal charge since it was. He might get charged.
Post office.
Federal charge since it was in a post office. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a not a lot. A sparse story. Not a lot of info.
Yeah, very sparse story.
Guns are bad. Guns are bad.
Well, at least when you maybe not pull them out and point them at postal workers. That's their job. They're the ones who are supposed to be shooting the place up, going postal. He went postal. The other side.
Stamps.
You still see my screen?
Yep.
That's a lot of porn, John.
Take money out. I wonder what he was there for. He just didn't like how fast they were moving? Is it the customer service thing, or?
It kind of seems.
We have no idea.
Like it was slow service. I think that's what it was. He was just tired of it taking so long.
He's 90 years old. He's like, I got no time to waste here.
Exactly.
How much time do you think I have here?
I got 1 foot in the grave. Let's speed it up.
I guess they just have to pile on a little more white supremacy.
Now you're gonna find this story interesting. An anesthesiologist trashes sedated patient, and it ends up costing her. Now this is a very interesting story.
Trashes patient. What does that mean?
Well, here, sitting in his surgical gown inside a large medical suite in Reston, Virginia, a Vienna man prepared for his colonoscopy by pressing record on his smartphone to capture the instructions his doctor would give him after the procedure.
Oh, boy.
But as soon as he pressed play on his way home, he was shocked out of his anesthesia-induced stupor. He found that he recorded the entire examination and that the surgical team had mocked and insulted him as soon as he drifted off to sleep.
Wow.
In addition to their vicious commentary, the doctors discussed avoiding the man after the colonoscopy, instructing an assistant to lie to him, and then placed a false diagnosis on his chart. Quote, after 5 minutes of talking to you in pre-op, the oh God.
It's not easy to
You know
say.
what I mean. Told the sedated patient.
Anesthesiologist.
Thank you. He told the sedated patient, I wanted to punch you in the face and man you up a little bit. She was recorded saying, when a medical assistant noted that the man had a rash, the anesthesiologist warned her not to touch it, saying she might get some syphilis on your arm or something. Then added, it's probably tuberculosis in the penis, so you'll be all right.
My goodness.
Oh, cool.
Man, would have been some ass whipping going on in there.
Oh, yeah. When the assistant noted that the man reported getting queasy when watching a needle placed in his arm, the anesthesiologist remarked on the recording, well, why are you looking then, retard?
Oh, my God.
There was so much more. So the man sued the doctors and their practices for defamation and medical malpractice. And last week, after a 3-day trial, a Fairfax County jury ordered the anesthesiologist and her practice to pay him $500.
Wow. Wow.
Not
Amazing.
And there's
I
more
don't-
to the story there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say something, dude.
Go ahead.
I know dude was asleep, man. I know he was asleep. But that's a job. You're supposed to be professional. That is fucking ridiculous, man.
that's beyond.
Like that's just because what else you gonna try and get away? Having lunch on the dude, while he's out. What else are you getting away with? You know, they're taking they're doing lines of coke off your belly.
Get 'em.
I mean, if they treat the nasty people that way, what do they do with people that they really really like? I mean, like a lot.
Which, have you guys ever heard of a gentleman called Abel Danger?
Is that his real name?
He is an ex-Air Force pilot. I believe actually he's a Marine. His sister, her last name is Marcy, was given the head of the Small Business Administration. And it's run by Hillary Clinton, and they have information about a snuff film ring whereby they determine the times of people's death, and they bet on when the time of death is going to be. If you go to Abel Danger, he talks about it. There's a thing called Serco, which is it was set up by the Clintons, and it runs on small business time. So if you ever see SBT time, that's what they're talking about. It's a whole different time schedule. It's very interesting.
Whoa. Who did that?
If you go to his website, you'll hear some pretty amazing things that are going on, and how sick some of these people are. And they'll take, for example, there was I don't know if he was a banker or a junior senator or something. His plane just went down. Very suspiciously. Anybody that gets in a plane anymore with this, and he's the one that discovered this automatic autopilot problem. He's very fascinating. He names names, and I mean outright names, and he's yet to be tagged. And he names them all.
He's a little offensive at times, though.
I just think he's quirky.
He's kind of Alex Jones-ish in a way.
No, but he's not. No, Alex Jones is just beyond. I don't know how anybody can even just listen to his tone of voice, let alone what he has to say. If you look at his Abel Danger shows, are kind of quirky, although the content is unbelievable. There are other interviews that he gives where he's not quirky. He's dead on. His ability to remember times and dates and names is sick ridiculous. I mean, off the top of his head. He'll tell you, yeah, that was Wednesday, June 24th, whatever. I mean, he's got an amazing mind. And the information that he has on, the things that are going on is pretty amazing. Just stumbled onto him. He's where I found that Kay Griggs stuff, William.
Yeah, I liked hearing what Kay Griggs had to say. I mean, I listened to Abel Danger too.
She too talks about this. Whatever this Silk Road is, like there's an extra web somewhere, whatever. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know how to language.
Is that like the dark web?
Yes. And there are
I've heard
snuff,
of that too.
and they believe that things like Sandy Hook, 9/11, whatever, in addition to being the atrocities that they were, additionally, were also bet upon as snuff films. They're in cahoots They're in cahoots with England. There's the crow.
I hear the crows.
Crows.
And they have like a farm. They call it the piggy farm. And they take prostitutes there and whatever, people they kidnap or whatever. And they're like doing everything. And they talk about wood chipping people and the precise minute on this SBT time. It's unbelievable. You know, the people think that what goes on at Bilderberg or at I guess not Bilderberg. What is the one where they have the owl thing and the rituals and all that shit? I guess it is Bilderberg.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
the-
Bohemian. That's Bohemian
That's
Grove.
Grove, yes, thank you. I haven't had any sleep, so I'm like beyond being able to speak coherently. But it was fascinating to hear. As a matter of fact, they were saying just the other day that his sister, I can't think of her first name, something Marcy. She was the one that got Obama's birth certificate. He calls him Barry Soweto. The amount of information and the names that he drops is not just because if you know, he pulls them all out. He calls them all out. And he's been doing it for a long time, and he's got some serious accusations.
So are these people betting from around the world all the time with that?
As a matter of fact, in this pig farm thing, they can have as many as 1,700 of these elites that come to see and do this. And they take whatever. Babies, prostitutes, whatever they're inclined to do.
That is some wild stuff.
As a matter of fact, he believes that that German Wings flight, he was talking about, because he's very protective of these pilots. He said the pilot for 370 was railroaded, and this Lubowitz or whatever his name is, Lubbock's, whatever his name was. The guy only had 600 flying hours in that machine. He said there's no way you would leave somebody with 600 hours as your co-pilot, not even to go to the bathroom. But with these automatic autopilots, the pilot, every airplane is a drone. There's no pilot needed.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, what they thought was, you know, he was struggling to throw the plane into the water or wherever the hell he put it, and he was actually trying to override the autopilot. And you can't ride the autopilot. If they want that plane to go down, that plane's going down. They can do that from anywhere. And that technology's been around forever. As a matter of fact, it was a foreign country that bought a couple of these Boeing 747, 777s, whatever. And when they got them there, there was a lawsuit. They spent like $800 million taking out this system, this autopilot.
So they wanted to take it out of the plane.
Yeah, because they
didn't want that shit in there.
The plane.
All I know is I hate flying and I avoid it whenever I can.
Well, I refuse to get frisked or x-rayed. I
Yep.
just refuse to do it. I'm not putting up with that. That's bullshit.
I would fly too if it wasn't for all this ridiculous inspections and, you know, violations of your personal space, you know, cock rope and all that stuff. I'm not, you know.
Every American should have been cleared by now from being a terrorist. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd, and that the airlines allow the government to do this without any problems. I mean, it's stupid. You don't see this shit getting on a bus. What you're looking at, a SEPTA bus with freaking wings. Who are they fooling?
I'm not gonna go through that just to travel. Mm-mm.
No, that's one of the things that stops me from getting on airplanes, just having to deal with the airport.
I think that's intentional.
It
I
is.
honestly do. I think that it's intentional to slow extra air traffic or anything like that. It only keeps a certain group of people moving that way. I think that it's
But I
really,
don't think we have any reduction of people traveling, though.
I think they're traveling because they've either given in to having their selves conditioned to, every time they go through there to be violated and have their privacy stepped on, or for public safety, of course. They're either doing that or they have no choice because of their job or whatever. They've got to make a living or they've got family, and so they just put up with it even though it makes them want to go postal or whatever. Not that I'm suggesting anyone should ever do that, because that would be wrong to ever go postal. But if you do feel that way, I understand.
One thing I can't abide when I fly is I'll never go through one of those full body back scanner things, like the booth
Yeah,
you go
the
in.
problem is they get a little miffed when you do that because they really want you to go through the scanner. So then you have to meet up with the person that's got to give you the hand job. And I used to see them,
Traveling.
they would always say, "No, we'll wait for a female." And I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll know whether or not this is our first date. Let her rip."
Well,
But see, you're not even allowed to say that anymore. You're not allowed to speak to them.
yeah, no, you're allowed to speak to them.
No,
They might not like it.
There'll be no making the old "don't touch my junk."
No, you can say whatever you like. You really can.
No,
You
they got
should.
signs up. I just picked my niece up from the airport, and they
Yeah.
got signs up. You may not speak to them.
Yeah, you can speak to them. Even if they have a sign up, you can do it. You should do it.
What's gonna stop me from talking?
Yeah, they don't get to tell you when to shut up. They're not the boss of you. What are they gonna
They
do?
probably got these signs up because people are making some wise comments, making them feel uncomfortable and shit while they're touching you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're touching your junk. You can be like, "Hey, easy, that's my balls." You can say things like that. You can be like,
You can probably physically say that, but then if you're going to a flight, they'll just take you over to the side and they'll make you miss your flight.
well, yeah,
And
yeah.
they'll let you go.
That's where they make your life ugly.
They'll make
That's
your
the-
life ugly, exactly.
That's where they have leverage. I think regular people should go in there and act as though they're going on a flight, just to line up and give these people a hard time until they get so bogged down and real customers can't get in there that it just becomes not worth the time and effort and hassle and all the people quitting the TSA, which would be marvelous, really, because they don't have any real authority to TSA. They're acting under color of law, and it's bullshit. When they're telling you you can't speak to them,
Yeah, that's
what the fuck are you?
yeah.
Silent slave, man. I'll
Well, I
give you some
think
sign
it's
language
more-
right now.
You're not allowed to make, comments or something. I forget how they languaged it. I'm trying to remember.
I'd like to just go in nothing but a pair of Speedos and be like, no, I'm just trying to speed things along.
I tell you, I've seen people showing up in bathing suits.
Yeah, and then they should.
Bathing suits,
They should just speed right along. And look, you ain't got nothing.
No need to touch, no need to
So that's
X-ray.
what we'll be doing soon, is we'll just all have to fly naked.
But I
Same for the naked people.
they still
Not
fly
Not anxious to do.
around town.
That's so gross. Bill, just imagine how uncomfortable the
That would be
coach
really
seats
uncomfortable.
would be, because you're
So
really
close
packed in there. So you're one of those people that don't like deodorant, then. All right, I'm with you. Save the planet.
Imagine having to, hand pat these people down. I would be like, forget that. I am not touching these people.
You don't hand pat naked people. So that's
No,
what
but-
I'm saying. We ought to move to that. I mean, Bill's joking, but it's a great idea. You really
Yeah,
got to
but-
fucking want to travel.
What's you gonna find? You're squeezing around people's pockets and shit. It's like, no, thank you.
Ma, I'd love to fly over and visit you, but I've got to ride naked, and I'm just, you know how I am about that. So I'm gonna send you another card like last year, and yeah, sorry. And then she volunteers to fly to you, and what do you say? No, Ma, no, don't.
Nope.
Please,
I'm not
Please,
picking
it's
you up
okay.
at the airport. I'm not going to do it. Maybe they give you like a little paper gown or something. I don't know. Oh, mercy. You got another story? Hey, Prescott. Hey, Safi.
Prescott said.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Yo,
Well, speaking of flying, there's a story here. I don't know if of any interest, but apparently it takes a week to fly around Australia to do a property inspection for what is going to be the biggest property sale on Earth. Because these pieces of property are spread out amongst around Australia. Property's going for $325 million, which seems low, right? That number seems so low.
For how much? How much property?
325. Well, the property 11 million hectares.
What?
Yes.
Is that like an acre?
I don't even know what a hectare is or a hectare.
It's the size of Indiana.
Yeah. And
Huh.
3/4 the size of England,
Huh.
according to it's been in this person's family, Sir Sidney Kidman, for 5 generations, and they're selling this various property in Australia.
I wonder what it means when it says the property was in the family of Sir Sidney Kidman, and Kidman became Australia's greatest pastoralist. What's a pastoralist? I don't even know what that
Probably
is.
has to do
Is he like a really good
probably do with
pastor?
land. That's what I was thinking at first.
That's a lot of, donations.
It's a sheep farmer. So basically, a
Ah,
farmer.
right. Taking care of the pastures, I guess.
I guess that may be where the term pastor came from. Kind of like,
Shepherd.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a shepherd that had all this property. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And with all
And-
that land, he could feed one herd of sheep.
Yeah, it's probably not a lot of
It's just
grazing
barren
area. It
wasteland.
looks like, yeah. It's all outback, it looks like. Right in the middle of Australia.
Yeah, these red spots.
Yeah, that's all outback.
All the spots that are up for sale.
Yeah.
They have bidders from U.S., China, and somewhere else.
Great place to build your compound for the New World Order.
Hearing that.
Of Australia.
But going to be bought out by who? Who's packing that kind of cash? Who's getting that? Is that like that's bigger than a Bill Gates kind of thing? Just to throw away on that. He likes to do vaccinations. That's more of it's like one of those shady George Soros kind of. Yes, I will have my compound here, and henchmen I will train over here or whatever. I don't know.
And interesting, this guy it says at age 13, with 5 shillings and a one-eyed horse.
Sounds like a song.
I got 5 shillings and a one-eyed horse.
Exactly. Just strum your guitar and play that.
A one-up horse, God,
Wait.
help!
Play One-Eyed Horse. I want to hear that again.
Only go left.
Yeah, exactly.
But over 60 years, he amassed this extraordinary fortune of outback cattle stations, where it remained in the family for 5 generations.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's back in the 1860s. Somethings.
Mm.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, wow.
You got to buy it all at once, or can you a little bit at a time?
I think they're selling it all at once.
Just
Yeah,
one package.
Showing some pictures here. Apparently only 150 people live on all of this land.
Wow.
Probably gave up looking for oil.
It's probably because you can't live on it. It's probably out in the middle of nowhere with no water.
It'd be
18.
like living north of the Arctic Circle. You'd have to fly everything in, and
Huh.
Why are they selling it? That's what I want to know. I mean, this family's so long. They're the law. It seems it says it's the Australia's largest private landholders.
oh, come on, you know why they're selling it. He's dead, he's gone, and they want the money.
Mm,
It's a 100-year-old company.
Wow. My family's business is 150, so that's what I'm kind of trying to.
Yeah, so you can imagine. I mean, I kind of gonna be sad for the family, you know. It's like a. Imagine your company, your family selling the tugboat company.
Yeah, I haven't seen a reason why yet.
50-year legacy.
Haven't really given an explanation why they're doing it.
They're sick of the damn cows. They're tired of it. They're tired.
Yeah,
tired.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Tired
sure
of
they
the dust, tired of the cows,
Yeah.
tired of the one-eyed horses.
What kind of hangout are you running here, John? Why don't you just Skype them and get them on here? And have a little, interview.
I know, right? God, I have to get my producers on there. You know, whip them into shape. God,
Fly them in.
guys are slacking.
John.
John.
I'm gonna cut their pay.
John, there's some Australians on the phone for you.
Chicago called. They said bye.
Mm. Oh boy. What's the next story? I got another story. Let's see. I got a pantheistic scientist who advises the Pope. People who are moving out of state in droves, the high tax states. What do you want? Pantheist, yes.
What is that? And everybody?
See that one.
I believe so.
Okay, let me pull up that story. Well, I would fall in that category of a pantheist.
Pantheist.
You're a
Kind of
pantheist?
that goddess and everything.
You're a pandeist, aren't you?
Pandeist is like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I
you
think
kind of pass between a deist and a pantheist, so you're a pandeist here. So, but anyway,
All right.
scientific pantheist who advises Pope Francis.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
it's the guy that he threw out
Yeah.
because he agreed with him on climate control?
Well, it looks like he worships Gaia instead of
Yeah, let me put a link in the chat for you.
the
It's on
big
the
guy.
screen.
No, I don't get the chat.
Okay.
If that's okay, I'll take your word for it.
Let me.
Wow, he's got a pagan on the payroll.
Taking
you
on the
go.
payroll.
That should not surprise anyone who knows much about the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, the papacy. Very, very, very involved in paganism through its entire process. Yeah. Somebody will be coming to argue about that. Certainly somebody's going to take issue with that statement. Please.
Well, I think so, but probably not any more than Protestants.
I would agree. Well, maybe a little more than Protestants, but a lot of that's filtered right through. You're right.
Yeah. It's not like Martin Luther really did much to change things in terms of the modern criticisms that you might have about paganism within the Catholic Church. It's not like Martin Luther actually got rid of that.
No, he certainly didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he caused people to recognize that there was an issue, but then didn't step far enough out of the issue.
Yeah. He had his own issues that he still liked, so he kept them.
Oh, shit. Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here.
Oh, sorry for the curse.
It's okay.
We're all adults. Well, most of us, I guess.
But I did something.
So this guy's named Hans Schellenhuber. Hans Schellenhuber. Self-professed atheist and scientific advisor to the Vatican.
Basically, what he believes the Earth is one living system, one
Right.
self-regulating, and we're making it sick.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're making it sick. Of course. So what are we going to do about it? How can we appease Mother Earth?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what's the Pope going to do about it?
I think we got to push some bitches in a volcano. That's what we got to do.
Let's
Push some
get
bitches
back
in the
to
volcano.
human sacrifice.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing left to do to keep the Earth happy. You got to dump somebody in.
Let's go to Machu Picchu and fire up the stone altars. And
Just in a day, scientists have
Sacrifice
declared
some
that we
virgins.
had it wrong. Scientists on the Pope's payroll have determined that, yes, virgins will be necessary to dump into Vesuvius.
says he said the carrying capacity of the Earth is below 1 billion people.
Well, that's a real problem.
Some arbitrary number.
That's an issue. You know that this is on the Georgia Guidestones, not to get all conspiracy theory.
Yeah, we're definitely
500
over
million.
capacity.
So we'll just save all the
That's
Catholics.
just India, I think.
So what carrying capacity? Like carrying capacity in a vehicle is about weight and what it can. So, is the Earth going to sink, or what's going to happen?
It's going to wobble out of its orbit.
Where it's out of balance.
Too many people. Too many people.
Everybody move to the left.
You want to make Guam flip over.
Follow the one-eyed horse.
I mean, but think about it. What are your options here? If he's suggesting that we're that far overpopulated, how do you deal with that?
Just suicide booths, I guess.
So yeah,
It'll be
volunteer.
Logan's Run. Take them all to Carousel.
I agree. Anyone that believes
Life
that if this is true, if they believe that this is the way it is, then they are obligated by their beliefs to take themselves out.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get out to do your part because you can't ask other people to do it.
No, that's the problem, is that they know other people won't do it, so they have to get rid of the other people because that's the only way it'll work.
Yeah.
They have to remain.
Damn it, that sucks for the rest of us.
It does.
Do we get a vote? This democracy thing I've heard is no, we don't get a vote.
Catholic Church.
This guy apparently said in 2009 that the Earth will explode, quote unquote, due to resource depletion once the population reaches 9 billion, which was supposed to reach in 2050, according to the.
He says the solution
They are in a hurry.
Solution is to improve the education of girls and young women.
Yeah.
Interesting. Whatever that means.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Stop having babies.
Dick is bad. Don't touch it.
This
I
guy
don't
is
get it, man.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Could it be more vague? Holy smokes.
Somebody's taking this dude seriously. Somebody's taking this really
Yeah.
seriously, you know? Holy crap. We need to get rid of a few billion people. Any ideas?
He says the education he has in mind, oh, I missed it, is something like, what does it say?
Keep moving the text. It makes it difficult to read.
I'm sorry, let me go up and down.
I'm not sure.
Leave it to a pope. Gee.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, but isn't it ironic that the position of the Catholic Church since way long ago is you're not allowed to interrupt the natural process of creation or procreation,
Mm.
and so I mean, are they going to overturn?
Those infallible popes, turns out they were fallible, but this one is not. So
Yeah.
we're good with this one.
Yeah, we're good with this one.
Okay.
Says the education he has in mind must be the facts about how to avoid the consequences of sex. So
the rhythm,
scientific.
the rhythm method.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call it? It's not good when a bunch of dudes in a hangout are talking about
Rhythm methods and which role.
well, we'd be accused of having an imbalanced view because we're men.
Is that true? Do men have an imbalanced view?
Yeah, but no more than women.
So
So I
that
guess
doesn't make sense.
stop being truthful and multiplying.
Exactly.
I think there's a whole lot of fallacy to the overpopulation myth. I think it's ridiculous, honestly. But apparently, the Pope's got an advisor that says when we hit 9 billion, the world is going to explode. Is this like the Al Gore scare that, where hell on earth was going to occur if we didn't do something about a carbon tax?
Mm,
Is
mm.
this not the equivalent of pushing virgins in a volcano? This is sort of the same thing, isn't it? When you're like, yeah, if we just pay a carbon tax, everything, money will solve this. Or when we're, talking about we just need to kill everybody. That's what we got to get rid of these fuckers. That seems like that's like a massive, let's throw most of the village into the volcano. That'll stop it. I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous.
Or maybe it's more like we don't really want to feed the rest of the village, so let's put them all in the volcano. Right? I don't want to look after this kid, so I'm going to sacrifice him in the volcano. So
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But see, it's not an issue about the Earth being able to support that many people. We are not agriculturalists anymore. We're in a technological age where people do not live off the land. They don't respect the land. I mean, that's a big thing. If you want to be able to feed the people and support the amount of people, you have to have the food. And we have way too many parking lots and golf courses and things like that, which is fine. It's private property, but more people should really be planting and learning to take care of themselves, so that we're not all dependent on the same source.
well, studies that they've done, like in most Western cultures, population growth has come to a standstill in a lot of places and even reversed in some. But it's in these areas that are poorer where there tends to be where that is not the case, in large part because they don't have a social network system to care for elderly. You got no choice. If you're married, you need to have as many kids because of the high mortality rate, and it's those kids that are going to look after you when you get older. The state's not going to look after you. So what has been speculated is that given that there's been a slowdown in population in areas where the system is now accommodating care for elderly as and wealth and so on and so forth, that when other countries enter into that same kind of prosperity, that the population growth will naturally curb, and because that's been what has happened in the West and in countries that get wealth, where the wealth where people are able to participate in the economy instead of everybody being in poverty. So.
Interesting.
So like it's not a zero sum game kind of thing, or like it's not like there's this trend where we're just going to keep growing and growing and growing in population with no change, because within looking at things globally, we see enough changes within different areas that there's reason to believe that there are other explanations for what we're now experiencing. So.
moving on.
Well, I think that's. Well, I don't really have any other interesting stories. I don't know.
I mean, how do you top that one?
Yeah.
The Pope is getting advice that we have too many damn people, and they've got a plan. That's scary.
Yeah.
Somebody joined.
Yeah.
Faith.
Oh, faith to faith.
We have faith.
Hey, Angela.
Faith to grace. How you doing?
Sorry.
Did you see? I have this story of. Here, let me pull it up. I'll end with this one. They found a pyramid shape on Ceres.
Oh yeah, heard about that.
Let me.
Screen share that bitch.
Yeah.
I will screen share. I will give you the link inside. And where is it? Okay, here it is. You see it up there? Maybe.
Yeah.
Let me present. Okay. Pyramid spot on Ceres. Mysterious lone mountain discovered towering over the surface of the dwarf planet. There's the picture.
Huh.
It's a nipple.
It's a nipple.
That's a planet.
It's a zit.
A zit, a volcano.
A blemish.
No, it's got to be a pyramid.
That's funny.
Totally a pyramid.
Totally, yes.
Ancient aliens, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Chariots of the gods. Van Daniken was right.
Crazy hair wins again.
It's the home of the demons.
It's the home of the demons. They're on the way now. We know it. Been hiding out in Ceres. Okay. So that's the best shot we have of there's no other picture.
Let's see. Let me click on. Ooh,
There you go. A little better.
but I don't know.
Closer to the nipple. Ooh, look at
It
the
really
tip.
does look like
Look
a
at
nipple.
that tip.
Areola and the tip of it. Yeah. It really does.
It's supposed to be. Let me go to the other pictures here. It says +7.
Yeah, you
One of
think they were
How come I can't?
It looks
one
like a
of
lump.
7.
It's a
There's
fucking
arrow
lump.
on the bottom there. That arrow on the bottom. Yeah.
But look
Okay,
at it.
I had,
It's
I
a
had
fucking
something.
lump.
Yeah, I had something in.
Yeah, there we go.
What a load of shit. Pyramid. That's hilarious.
Pyramid. Well, that even looks more like a nipple.
Yeah, who's making this claim that it's a? I mean, it says mountain. It says pyramid-shaped mountain, but really isn't a pyramid designed to look like a mountain? So it's just a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if you look at the impressions around it, it's almost like things are hitting it, and like really, that's quite a stretch to suggest a comparison to a pyramid.
I mean, that could be where something hit it and stuck,
Hmm.
and then enough dust settles on it or whatever. Stardust, maybe? I don't know. And billions of eons of
We are
passed.
made of star stuff.
They're comparing it to Mont Blanc. This is Mont Blanc in France.
No, that's a fucking mountain right there. That's a real mountain.
That's not
It's a real mountain, but they're comparing it to this mountain.
That other thing is clearly a tit.
So what they're suggesting is that it just might be a mountain that, with the accumulation of debris over billions of years, that this is just the top peeking through all collected. And we're going to call it a pyramid.
It's the top of the pyramid sticking through because it's an underground civilization, clearly.
Yes. No. Nobody's going to read this article if we just say we found the top of a mountain, poking
Right.
through the surface of this.
If we say it's a pyramid, we'll at least get the conspiracy nuts.
Yeah.
Illuminati.
We'll at least get 5 hangouts on Google Plus to carry the story.
Funny.
They caught you.
Now they're also seeing some bright spots on the surface.
Oh.
They're assuming
That's
it's
the
ice.
problem. You can't
ice
force
and
true
snow.
believers.
That's
How do you
just milk.
How do you explain
Seeing
these?
these-
Like,
That blemish. That it got. It, I'm not gonna say it. It's not a mountain. It's just a fucking lump. It's not even. It's just a lump.
Just a lump.
It's a hill.
They say it's 3 miles high, like the mountain, like 3 miles high. Because
It's not
it's a mountain.
in any way jagged or anything. It's just like it's like a lump.
oh, they're saying that that's 3 miles high.
Yeah.
How it's a how is that? What pyramid is 3 miles high?
The pyramid on Ceres.
What would that make that
one.
crater beside it? No, seriously, that crater over there beside it. If you go back to that picture, if that's 3 miles high, then how deep is that fucking crater right there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Couple
seriously,
miles.
what the fuck?
Yeah. That's Grand Canyon stuff.
Mm.
I'd say at least a mile, from what I can see.
Now, these pictures were taken from 2,700 miles high.
There was one picture you had up there, John, that was side view. If you could find that one again.
Let's do the side tip.
This one right here.
Oh, look at that tip!
Yeah, I guess that's it. There was a closer one, I think, on the slideshow. Yeah. So 3 miles high. I don't know.
It's like Faith
I know,
Degree
yeah.
has internet problems. Like haven't we all experienced? Jumping out, coming back in.
That's your skiing resort on Ceres.
Nipple
Come
resort.
ski the tit. Ski the space tit.
There's no line whatsoever.
So one day maybe we'll be visiting Ceres in the ski resort.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm sure there's better mountainous regions on some other planet.
But they're thinking those bright spots might be ice and so. Well, we shall soon, I guess, months to come. And there goes crows.
Those were not crows. Those were just small dogs.
With wings. Sorry, I had some traffic. I'm going to end the live part of this broadcast. We had some interesting stories, I guess, today, right?
Boy.
Yep.
That was an excellent close.
Some close.
Excellent close.
Thank you so much. Okay. Close us out. Would you like to close us out in a word of prayer, Prescott?
Just as St. Tommy shows up.
Just as St. Tommy shows up.
That's typical Tommy though, isn't it? Tommy always shows up at the end of the live broadcast.
He likes to be off air, I think, for the most part.
He just heard us talking about a tit, and then he was like, "What?" Came
Tit and
jumping in.
The pyramid of a tit.
That's right, sir. That's right. I knew that's what brought you in here. And there's no
That's it.
shame in that, sir. None.
No shame. All right, guys. Anybody? One person listening out there. Hey, links in the event page. Want to come join us off air? Thanks for stopping by.